What's up, guys? Mix here, and got a little video for you. Really quick off the bat, I changed my gamer tag to Yo It's Noah for game battles reasons. We're actually going to be doing some Battlefield 3 game battles, maybe some FIFA game battles, and maybe some COD game battles. But the main reason was Battlefield 3 game battles. Those are up now, so if you want to do it, check it out. Might be something worthwhile doing. But today I got a little interesting video for you, and it's my gaming history and where I've really gone in terms of where I started with gaming, and this is just my first consoles, the consoles that I had now. My voice cracked. The consoles that I had now, what games I had for them, and how I got them, and how I came to do YouTube and commentate and all that kind of stuff. So I'll start off let's rewind a bunch of years back to when I was like 8 years old. We got my first gaming console when I was roughly 8. Now beforehand I had a Game Boy, I had all that basic shit, but my first real game console that used discs and everything, my brother had bought it from a friend of his. It was the Dreamcast, and I still leave it to that as my favorite console to date. Loved the awkwardness of the controllers and how the memory stick really was in the controller, and you had that little I forget the name of it, but it was a little like cartridge thing. You'd actually play certain games on it. I know Sega you could play on it and different stuff like that. But we had a Dreamcast and we had a bunch of Sega games for it. Sega games. Wow, Noah. I meant Sonic games. I'm sorry. I had a bunch of Sonic games. I remember Crazy Taxi we had too. That game was the shit. So I had that. That was a lot of fun. And then we moved on, and at Christmas, my dad moved on to a little bit greener pastures. We got a PS2. And now, mind you, this is like a fuckload of years ago. So PS2 and Xbox One and all those kind of things were the shit back then. That was what to have. So I got a PS2. Me and my brother loved it. I remember one of my favorite games was War of the Monsters. And if you remember that, props to you. I mean, that game was the shit. I remember playing as the King Kong monkey and all that shit. You basically just fought. It was like two-player game, and you basically fought your friends as like giant monsters in like Tokyo and New York City and all these different cities and shit. And it was the sickest shit ever. And then I had for PS2 I had also Grand Theft Auto 3 was a really awesome game that I had. I was a little young to understand it, but I did have it. It was definitely one of my favorite games. What else did I have? I moved on a couple of years later. This was a while later, actually. I was around 12, I want to say, when I got my brother traded in the PS2 to pick up the Xbox. And we got the Xbox mainly because of Halo. My brother was a really big Halo fan, and he's not as much anymore, but now back then he was. And I remember playing Halo 2, and that was a lot of fun. And I also remember, what else did we have for the Xbox? We had GTA Vice City, which was fucking awesome. I loved Vice City. I didn't, well, no, actually, no, I liked it just about as equal as GTA 3. I'm a huge GTA fan, by the way. I've followed this series for like a bajillion years. The only GTA that I didn't like was San Andreas. You may be asking me, excuse me, why the fuck I didn't, excuse me, why I didn't like that, but, it's just really personal preference. I wasn't a big fan of it. I wasn't a huge fan of the whole gang violence thing. I thought it was kind of stupid, in all honesty. And then we move on to I had the Xbox, and then, yeah, I had that for a number of years. I remember I had Tony Hawk Wasteland, and I also had Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4. Tony Hawk, I loved Tony Hawk. Now it's kind of unrealistic and silly, and really is blown out of proportion more than it really needs to be. But, so there was that, and then, what else was there? I went from around 13, no, I had my Xbox One until about 13, I'd say. And then around 14, age 14, I got my 360. And I was so happy when I got my 360. I nearly shat myself. I was happy. I was excited. I was like, all these million things. I remember I got it the Friday right after Thanksgiving. It came in the mail. My dad had gotten it for me. And I was so ecstatic. I was so like crazy, insane, happy. And I got it. And I had Skate 1 was my very ever first game on the 360, and I still stand to where it was one of my favorite games and favorite skate overall. I have played all the skates, and gotta say, Skate 1 was my favorite. Skate 3 was my second favorite, and Skate 2 blows giant monster cock, so we're not gonna touch on that too much. I'm sorry, my dog is just coming in and like trying to jump on my bed here. There was also what else did I have? The second game I got, I remember I got a Medal of Honor, one of the older Medal of Honors, and that was a fun game. I didn't play it that much. I wasn't into crazy, war games. I was much more of a single player at the time, so I wasn't crazy into it. I'd gotten it for as a gift, I think. Oh, and I also had Call of Duty 2. Again, I played it as a single player game, and back then COD stories were good, and some people argue they're still good. I personally think they're just kind of a run and gun. Most first person shooters are, except for Halo, so you can't really base too much of a good story off of a first person shooter. But that's just whatever. First person shooters should be left up to being multiplayer, and that's it. That's where I stand on that. So I had Call of Duty 2, and I didn't have live for 3 years. I had my 360, and it didn't have live. And I would play games as I thought as they should be played. I played GTA for those 3 years. I got GTA shortly after I got my Xbox GTA 4, just to be clear. I played GTA for that whole a good chunk of that time. I know that game in and out. I know every spot of GTA 4, every place, every Easter egg. There is nothing you can tell me about GTA 4 that I have not figured out already. I've played the story through about 3 times. I'm a GTA fanatic. Obviously, like you've heard, I've been playing it since I was a little kid. So I love GTA. I cannot wait for GTA 5. And I'm going to do an achievement walkthrough for a GTA 5 also. Just a little sneak peek of what's to come if GTA 5 is rumored. No, excuse me. GTA 5 is rumored to come out in May. So if it does come out in May, then that's when the walkthrough will be. But continuing, I had GTA 5 or GTA 4. I played the shit out of it. I had Red Dead, and I played the shit out of that too. I didn't buy that many new games when I first got my Xbox, just because I played, I played games as they should have been. I played them for a very long time, found a lot of stuff, did a lot of stuff that I should have done, and nowadays you kind of play, like, I kind of want to go back to this game or this game, and it's like a multiplayer game, and it kind of sidetracks you, and it's a little sad, because you look back and you realize how much you played a game, and how you played it, like I said, like you truly should play a game. And a little sad on sometimes when you realize that you don't do that anymore. But I try to do that to my fullest extent. Obviously I get sidetracked by different games, but shit happens. So, it's upsetting. But and then after I got what was it? GTA 4, I think was what I was talking about. I had GTA 4. Then I got Live, and when I first got Live, my first game was called Call of Duty. I almost said Call of Duty Bad Company. I am sorry. Battlefield Bad Company 1. That was my first multiplayer first-person shooter. I played it at a friend's house, and I loved it. I was hooked on it. It was the funnest thing ever, and so I got that. Then fast forward a couple of months, then I got Modern Warfare 2, which was my first COD, and then I pretty much just got COD until the end of Black Ops. Then I branched out. I got Battlefield Bad Company 2 and Battlefield 3. But this commentary is running to an end, so I'm trying to rush. I also got MW3, and yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you enjoyed my gaming history, and I will talk to you guys later. Peace out.